trained workman， 它的名字很好记，因为就是打干弄外这干鬼啦，这样 workman， 就是生来的工作 workman， 哎 ，you know Chinese 。那他在 Wilson Audio 已经待了22年，那他第一次到国外参加装机，就是来台湾装那个 Wayne 的那个系统，就是跟 Dave Wilson 一起来，所以他是非常资深也非常有经验的 Wilson Audio。他是这个 Wilson Audio 的国际销售经理，到处都在跑，但是他也很难得找到一家这样的店，能够摆这么多 Wilson Audio 在一起。这边有看到新的这个 Mac 的 Alexx 那后面那边有 XLF 静态那楼上还有那个 Woofers 2，还有新的那个 Sabrina， 后面各位挂在墙上还有 Lida， 能够聚集这么多 Wilson Audio 在一间音响店，他总体的这也是很稀有的。
But today, what we would like to focus on is a new product from Wilson Audio called the Alexx. A lot of the wives in the room might say, why is it so big? Why is it so tall? Why does it have to be? Why can't it be much smaller? In our experience, an architecture that stands taller will give an overall larger or greater sound stage or overall grander performance.
很多人会觉得喇叭为什么要这么大？尤其太太会觉得说，哦，喇叭更加大，一样拍广但是对他们经验来讲，喇叭为什么要长得这么高？比较高大的喇叭，它能够让音场跟音响显得更为宽阔、更为庞大。
Also to create good bass response, and also in order to create greater SPL levels or sound pressure levels to fill larger rooms, you need larger volumes of space in the cabinet. So your woofer cabinets must be much larger in size in order to create the extension of the low frequency and also the overall volume.
当然还有另外原因，就是为了低频，你低频要有足够的量感，还要有能够足够的往下延伸的这个频率。低频一定需要大尺寸的音箱才有办法拆显，把它每一个独立角度还可以调，这是 Wilson 的特色。这个东西是在调它的 timing， 翻译可以直接翻时间，可是翻时间可能大家就会听不懂。它刚这也当计时，不是这个位数了。它的时间讲的是声音到你耳朵的时间。那我们讲话的时候，我讲话现在讲，声音到你的时间一定一样，因为只有我发声。位置的微调可以让时间到你的耳朵的时候是一致，我们叫做时间相位的一致性。这个东西是 Dave Wilson 在70年代晚期他发现的理论，所以把喇叭做成模组化，而且可以调整时间相位。好，那所以有些研究在这个显示是人随着年纪增加，听觉对于频率会降低。就是你高音会越听越不见，听不见。但是对于时间相位的认知，不会随着年龄而降低。所以时间相位很准确这件事情，对听到最完美的音乐再生是很重要的事情。Try explaining more because the time is more.
So all Wilson speakers, 4-standing speakers, have some ability to some adjustability in the time domain. Some of our smaller speakers have a fixed adjustment in the time domain, but a speaker like the Alexx here has great adjustability in the time domain, and you can really dial this speaker into the listening position. This work is done by your dealer in the setup. It's explained in the manuals, and also the Wilson Audio app that we have explain how that time alignment is done. Most of this is done by your dealer. But what's important is that the Alexx has a great degree of adjustment in time alignment. The Sasha has less, the Alexia has less, the Alexandria has more. So depending on your system, the complexity of the system.
因为时间相位对他们来讲是非常重要的，所以所有 Wilson Audio 喇叭若干程度都可以做时间相位的微调。当然，越便宜的这个Wilson微入门等级，它可以调的项目就比较少，越贵就越多。像这 Alexx 就非常多。如果你去看到隔壁的 Alexia， 它就少一点。那个楼上那个光它能够调又再少一点。那如果看到那一对 XLF， 它可以微调的东西又更多。好，那微调呢， 但大部分是让经销商和代理商帮你处理。我那也要调喇叭，背后调好。但是他们其实你可以自己玩，你也可以有智慧型手机有 APP 可以去设定去测量，你就自己玩也可以。但是经销商也可以帮你这个处理完。但是基本的原则就是，越贵的喇叭可以调整精确微调的项目就越多。Alexx 是3音路，到了 Alexx 是真正的4音路的喇叭。那这个 MTM 的设定呢，上面那个是5又3/4寸的中音，中间是1寸高音，下面那个是7寸中音哈。那跟一般我们 MTM 设定是2个中音尺寸一样，也不太也是不一样的这个设计。那每一个箱体后面都有各自每一个单体所需要的分音器内建在里面。
By adding a smaller mid-range driver to the top, it allows us to blend this driver much easier with the tweeter, and then this driver with the mid-range. Each of these drivers are working easily within their optimized range, and therefore you have a much more natural sound. You're never stretching that driver to be working outside of its normal, comfortable range of ability, and the result of that is a faster mid-range, a more integrated upper frequency mid-range frequency sound.
他用了一个字很特别，叫做 blend。有喝 whisky 吗？blend， 它不是讲 mix 哈。对，那这个东西为什么要设计成上面是比较小的一个中音，下面是一个比较大的中音？因为要把高、中、中低这些频段要 blend 在一起。这个 blend 的这个混合的过程，又要能够让每一个单体都在自己最好的工作频段工作，而不要在单体比较辛苦的频段工作。所以一段一段衔接它的频率下来，每一个单体都在它工作最佳的这个频率响应范围里面去发生，这样就能够让整个高中低能够 blend， 能够
水乳交融
blend。
Also, 2 new woofers. These were developed in conjunction with the development of the new WAM that will be coming in the future. They are made by ScanSpeak. We work directly with them to develop these and build these for this particular speaker, for this design. They are mounted in a baffle that is also angled, time aligned. So there is some alignment in the woofer cabinet as well.
好，低音单体用了2颗哦，但是你可以看到这2颗尺寸不一样，就是他们特别像 ScanSpeak King 做的。但是这2颗单体也是开发 WAM， 就是快要出来的新的那个旗舰喇叭的单体，先拿过来用的。那我们可以看到这个喇叭的箱体，前面看觉得是平的，在这边看就会觉得有一点斜。这也是一样，为了时间相位的一个设计。
The materials that we actually build the speaker out of. With the Alexx, we actually use 3 different types of materials in the manufacturing. I'm going to use this grill here as an example because we use actual X material. This black material right here is the actual material that we make the structure of the enclosure of. We use that material also for our grill frames because it sounds the best.
这个喇叭用了3种不同的这个材料哦，那待会我让大家转一下看一下，在这个面板中间那条黑色的那个材料是他们所谓叫做 X material。为什么叫 X 的？我让大家背一下。
We even listen to our grill frames. You'll see the tweeter actually has a little wave in it right here. It actually makes a nice improvement in the high frequencies by doing that. We build all the grills.
连那个形状也是为了让高音更平顺，所以才画个特殊的形状出来。
This X material comes to us. We buy it in a flat sheet form. That material comes in a range of thicknesses from ½ inch to 4 inches thick. And we have a machine that actually will cut these pieces out, a computer machine that that cuts CNC machine that cuts each of these components out. For instance, the side of this panel starts as a 4-inch solid piece of this X material when it starts out. And the machine will cut this down to the shape that it is.
OK， 他们跟外面买来那个 X material 是得绑啊，从半寸到4寸厚不等。可是各位看到这个侧板，这个漂亮的一个形状，它原本是4寸厚，然后 CNC 直接车成这样的形状。
Also with the cabinet, this same X material is used within the cabinet itself. Not only for the exterior of the cabinet, but also on the interior part for the interior bracing. And we use a laser vibrometer, computer-aided laser that helps us determine vibration zones within the cabinet so that we can find areas where we need to brace this cabinet to make it even quieter and less distortion.
这个很硬的这个 X material 不光是做在整个喇叭的箱体外面这一层，里面的这个补强的横梁都是用 X material。那他们怎么去决定它里面怎么补强？是用雷射振动测定去找出一个箱体里面脆弱的部分，再把它补上横梁，所以很科学。
对不起，这是它的色板，然后后面它这个就是它的特殊材料，但是这一个不是 X material， 这是它的有限材料，因为是 trained to
Small portion. we also use the exact same paints that we would paint your speaker with to paint the sample. So if you see the sample, you know that's the color your speaker will.
那个跟真的喇叭用的其实一样，所以那个色板是什么样，喇叭就会是那个颜色。
The baffle materials on the mid-range and tweeter are made of a different material, and we call that S material. We first came across that material with the Sasha. We originally developed the Sasha, and it's a completely different type of material than this X material. If I had a piece of it, it would be yellow in color. It just is a completely different makeup. But it's optimized for mid-range frequency. If you were to use X material in the mid-range, that material would suck out a lot of the harmonics and energy from the mid-range driver. And so by using this S material, that actually enhances or lends better performance to the mid-range and tweeter drivers using that material.
第二个材料各位看得到是在那个中高音的前帐板那一块，它们叫做 S material，S 材料。那这个 S 材料只能用在中高音部分，因为如果用 X material 上去的话，那个谐振的负面效果、负面影响比较大，所以它用了 S material。那这个是在开发他们那个 Sasha 的时候，在中高频第一次用上这个 S material。那他发现这 S material 在中高频非常好，所以就把它也引用在后续 Sasha 以后的喇叭中高音的前帐。
And lastly, the last material we use is just one small piece. It's mounted on the back. It's hard for you to see, and maybe after you can come up and see. It's a small piece, inserted piece on the top of this ladder assembly here. We use this to help dampen vibration out of the upper mid-range module. We call it W material. It's a material that we use extensively in the new Lamb when it's available.
Is it the first time you use it?
First time. When we talk about materials, if you were to look at the cost of materials, say most speakers use say MDF or HDF. X material, the material we use to build the body of the speaker, would be just raw cost, it would be about 12 times more expensive for the exact same board in X material versus MDF. The S material would be about 14 times more. The M material would be 20 plus times more expensive.
W.
I'm sorry, W would be about 20 times more than equivalent MDF.
好，第三种材料第一次用，就是在这个上面一块板子，这块板子叫 W material。那为什么叫 W 哈？因为即将要推出的旗舰会用的就是会用比较多这个 W material， 也就是针对 为你开发的时候找到新的这个叫 Material。那我们一般看这个普通的喇叭在做，大概用什么叫 MDF 或 HDF， 中密度密集板、高密度密集板。它比较一下成本 ，X Material 大概是 MDF 的12倍成本 ，S Material 大概14倍 ，W Material 大概是20倍以上，所以他们用的材料很贵。
It's also extremely difficult to machine. You know, we use carbide bits on a CNC machine to cut that. And all of these materials are vastly more expensive and difficult to machine than standard MDF.
因为这些材料硬度都比 MDF 更多，所以车的车工更费工。车都看到我较钝。
So, cabling, the inside of the speaker. Some people may have interest in cabling inside. Wilson Audio has used transparent audio cable for the high frequency and mid frequency for many, many years. And it's no different with the Alexx. We continue to use that. And if you have a chance, you can come back and see the cables that connect the mid-range, the tweeter, and the lower mid-range strider. And we purchased that raw cable from Transparent Audio. We then manufacture it for our use within the given loudspeaker. For the first time of any of our products, in the woofer section, we're also using Opus level woofer cable or internal cabling woofer system.
内部配线呢，这个 Wilson 很多年来一直有一个传统，中高音部都买 transparent 的线。这个 transparent 是在这边这个喇叭线也是 transparent。那第一次在这里低音的部分也用 transparent， 而且用的是更高的 opus， 就是跟这个一样。
An important part, an improvement that we made first on the XLF speaker many years ago was the ability to adjust the port. And by port, I mean the output, the bass output here at the lower part of the enclosure. Bass energy, bass information comes out of that port at certain frequencies. And whether that energy is ported out the front or whether it's ported out the back, makes a difference in the tonal balance of the speaker. Many speakers don't have the ability to change that. Many have the port just to the back, and if your room is bass heavy, that can cause some problems. With the Alexx, you have the ability to change that, to tune the speaker in the low frequency to obtain a smoother or flatter frequency response by adjusting the port from the front to the back, depending on the performance of the bass computer.
那另外一个特色是开发 XLF 的时候做出来的，这个也不太有人有这样的特点，就是低音反射孔的位置可以调整。那一般低音反射孔位置它是往前又是往后，那如果在低音量很多的房间，低音反射孔放在后面，很容易造成一个困难，就是它会造成太多的低音，所以你可以适度的调整低音反射孔发射的位置，来微调低频段的均衡。这个他们家才有，像好像no other manufacturer has this feature.
I am unaware of any other manufacturer that offers that.
目前还没想到。
It's difficult to do. It's difficult to do. It's expensive to do and difficult to do.
No, they don't want to imitate.
Lastly, we have this speaker, along with other Wilson speakers, we use a resistor network as part of our crossover system. These resistors are a tuning component of the speaker, but they also can act as a fuse, so if you overpower the system, you don't damage any of the nicely matched drivers that you may have in the speaker. And then with this speaker, these resistors are easily seen. When we're finished here, if you come around the back, you'll see a small glass access window with those resistors that are tied to a heatsink. That's a tuning component of the speaker. You can use those in conjunction with your dealer to configure the speaker to sound tonally correct in your room.
因为它还有一个特点呢，就是它有一个 电阻来调音的这个分频网络的秘招。那这个当然也可以保护你的那个单体，就是万一那个不好意思出状况的时候，不会全部都烧掉。就是而且你还有一个玩法就是，如果你回去你还觉得你响，声音有一点点微调，就像你一样，那个代理商或经销商会有一些玩具可以让你玩，就是你可以透过这段的调整。那现在做的就是透明在后面，大家各位在那边。